But we've got a draft ready to go, Hallow. Let's just jump straight into it because I'm ready to see what these guys are cooking up because Poltron's knowledge is going to be out the wazoo. Why not? He's feisty. He's not afraid to get in the weeds a little bit, but he does have that little chance to make mechanical misplays and maybe push things a little bit too far, but he can recover really well. So I want to see how he does this.
I'm interested in the bans because I really do think the Poltron why not matchup, it's gonna be so many jungle bans as we already get the Kiana just completely taken away. And I imagine without a doubt, I'm taking this prediction now, there is no chance an Mbessa gets through this game. There is no chance an Mbessa is allowed through.
Get it out of there. I don't want to see Mbessa. I don't want to see a public execution in the back line happening for no reason. That sounds crazy.
That's an Urgot ban now. Laughing Man, an Urgot one trick. Now I've been following Laughing Man's how he's been playing and everything, and he knew that he would have to tank this Urgot ban. He's been getting banned out on every single game, and so this is completely expected. We have so many picks for him to play. We've seen his Sion, I've seen his Shen, his Ornn, even his Yorick plays very, very well. As Chang's Ahri is completely and instantly banned out as well. We've got some real signature picks on both teams that are it's important that they are not allowed through, as that is Kevin Bacon's MF.
Look, honestly, MF was the first champion I ever got a Penta on, so I see why you got to get rid of it. There's the Mbessa. Nice call. Really well done. But you said a lot of junglers were going to get banned, and I'm seeing like one.
Evidently, they're confident. Yeah, well, the thing is, I really do think they'll come out with a couple more jungle bans because how can you allow, as we get the Vi, how can you allow the two GOATs, the two team captains on both teams, their picks that they want? I would be incredibly surprised if the Olaf goes through, but I also know Poltron plays a pretty nasty Shaco, an AP Shaco, and if I was Team Why Not, I would not let that through for 1 second.
I'll be honest. If you pick Shaco here, you're trolling. Like straight off the bat, you're trolling. You do not pick Shaco in like a tournament like this. The champ, yes, pretty good in solo queue because it relies on unpredictability. But in a game like this, you know when people are going to be in certain places. Everything has a timer. So playing Shaco is all about how do you maximize different things. So I don't think we're going to see it, but we're getting those picks coming in already. Sion, locked in. I love this. It's a strong front line, but into an Ornn and a Kai'Sa. Lock is going to have so much fun with a really good support. I'd love to see like a Nautilus, Leona, even like a mage, like a Lulu could be really good here. But we'll have to see what they get locked out. There's the Orianna too.
That would be Mars' signature Orianna pick. One of the most played champions and very proficient as the Neferi is taken away.
I love this.
That's a crazy pick. I'm pretty aware that actually is Why Not secret jungle Neferi pick, and stealing that away right out of his hands is going to put a disastrous wrench in the plans of Team Summoner Savings there.
You know what? I'm gonna cook a little bit, and
please.
I don't cook very often. Ornn jungle is kinda legit.
Orngle is pretty legit. Well, you never have to back. You never have to back. It's the tempo is out of this world.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Ornn jungle could be pretty good, but yes, taking the Neferi. Now, again, it comes down to that awesome combo again. You can get the charge off with the Neferi and still get hit with the beautiful orb to get a shockwave. What an instant access into the backline that I've ever seen. I love it. Poltron's cooking, and I'm here for it. But bans are coming out. Bans coming out. Walk me through them.
Well, so we've got the Zyra ban here. It's interesting to see that must be Neymar's Zyra. I'm curious. I truly am curious about what Team Summoner Savings is thinking right now. After this Neferi lock-in, I'm imagining that they did not expect this at all. I truly am, because Poltron hasn't been playing a huge amount of Neferi, and this might have been a secret plan, a bit of secret tech to just throw them off their A game, and potentially it has a bit of work, as we are going to get Why Not's Wukong there. Going to be a Wukong jungle. A good counter to Neferi, stopping that constant mobility and constant movement.
And I like the Wukong again. It was in the same sort of last game. It's not going to have the same sort of pull, but Why Not is one of these junglers that loves to play aggressive. He will always be in a fight. He will always be doing something. He's a very proactive player. Now, that has pros and it has cons. We've seen Why Not be very good on these proactive junglers. I like him going on the Wukong because it said, lost my train of thought. Caitlyn Bard?
Yeah, take a look at that. What are your thoughts on that? That is a 2. Those were picked very quickly as well. What are we thinking about the Caitlyn Bard combo into the Nautilus Kai'Sa?
I genuinely have to sort of stop and think a little bit because you've locked in the Nautilus now too. Nautilus Kai'Sa is the bot lane. That is the combo.
To say the least.
I don't think, this might be stretching the truth a little bit. I don't think I've ever lost a lane when I play Kai'Sa with a Nautilus as my support. It is just so easy to work and get it done. Caitlyn Bard.
What are you thinking about the sort of the terminology and mix there between the Caitlyn and the Bard? How do they work together well?
I feel like if Bard's going to bail lane early, which is what Bards do, Caitlyn's going to have a little bit of a hard time. No matter how much range you have, a Nautilus hook is going to suck. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of team movement. I feel like it's really reliant on Poltron and Neymar being very proactive on the map and getting things in. Let's get into this game though, Hallow, because it's game number 2. Get that Tahm Kench out of my face. I want to see that sled with a little...
How many of those are on the map? There's a very large... I never noticed this.
Well, actually, did you know, fun fact, if you look at the cookies, there's cookies that are on the walls. If you look at those cookies, why not? Don't worry about the gameplay. Look at the cookies, that one. So these were all drawn by the creators of the game. Most of the game devs actually went and hand drew these. Yeah, that's Briar. They all drew these as like little sketches that took like 2 minutes.
Oh, that's very sweet.
And then they were like, put it in the game. I was like, that's actually sick. Little Poppy. Oh, Tristana, actually.
Are you a fan of the winter map as we get the whole tournament? The Oceanic Resurrection tournament is completely on this winter map.
This is the best map in the world. Like, they should just keep it all year round, if I'm being perfectly honest. There's little zigs.
Do you know what I've been doing? I've been listening to the just the YouTube recording of the background noise of how I love it. It's so cozy. It's so sweet. It's just very nice. It feels great to play League with this sort of like themed. Oh yeah.
Can you send me the 10-hour loop of that, please?
Just play that every single night. No, I listen. Brothers of the same cloth. I love it. How do you think this bot lane truly is going to go? We've thought about, Passionless leaving lane very early, and it's going to be so hard for Kevin Bacon, #Mog, to sort of lane while there's just a Nautilus and Asta. Asta is so reliable with these hooks. In all the scrims, Asta was hitting 10 out of 10 hooks, barely missing any of them. Like homing rockets, really.
It's hard, right? Like, Asta is a phenomenal player. I've been watching them play for a long time now, and they can get it done. I feel like it's going to be a higher favor in the side of Locke and Asta, purely because their team comp the bot lane comp is exactly that. It is one of the strongest duos you can get in the game. In saying that, Bard, as a champion, is a menace. No one really likes versing a Bard because you're like, what's this Bard gonna do? And they sort of do whatever they want. And
you
with
can't
Caitlyn
really
in tow,
classify them, can you? They're so different. Every single Bard has a different way of playing the game, certainly.
Yeah. I've always loved Bards. I wish I could play Bard. I'm no Rusty the caster, unfortunately, and he was the best Bard in OS for a long time. So I want to sort of see how they're going to play this lane. I can't really give you a pick of like how it's going to go. Bard being extra range with Caitlyn, they're going to be able to poke them out and get the push, but the all-in from the other side is going to be so hard, and Summoner's savings they could just be saving the best picks, and it looks like they're going to get it done in this bot lane. Hopefully, I'd like to see them pop off.
Certainly, and we saw in that last game, if we think about the mid lane, we saw that Akali play very, very passive. Not really looking for taking any crazy shurikens, and not really looking to take any trades. And I'm wondering if Chungi is going to sort of switch that around and go for some more aggressive trades over onto this Orianna and look for some solos. But look at how much the Akali gets chunked out, and that's with the second win.
Oh, beautiful. Stuns are good. The hook is there. This could be a first kill going over. Asta is one auto attack. The heal comes out. They're going to get that 5-hit passive off from Kai'Sa, but Asta's low. They could look for a redive here if they're feeling extra bloody spicy about it. They just need to shove that wave, and Kevin Bacon needs to start being a bit more proactive with hitting these minions. Holding the wave is even better. Asta's chugging through these pots. Gets a good hook. They're going to land one, as now they're looking for a little bit more as they get the first blood. Nice pickup by Poltron. Kimmy getting it done.
And that Neferi pick coming in so clutch, and with the invulnerability allowing for early dives such as that, you can just see how Asta can't really do anything. You know, it shuts him down, gets the root, but just take a look. Tower shot completely invalidated. It's gone. The dive was perfect. The heist went well. And we're going to see that a lot throughout this game, I imagine.
Yeah, the Hound's Pursuit being such a easy ability to just use. If you don't want to get hit or you want to cancel out damage, just jump up in the air and say, how do you do? Because it's just that easy for the dog sometimes. And I played a game of Neferi today. It's just a lot of fun. No way. Flash comes out from Chungi. Hello. What are you doing in this game?
Oh, sorry, I'm on my separate account there. Let me come back to casting for a second. No, that's Ma, and you could see Ma thinking about going for a flash, trying to secure a kill, another kill for Poltron's Kittens, but held back, showed that patience, that summoner spell maybe coming in a little bit more handy later.
We'll have to see Chungi, a little bit of a dangerous spot, but no mana on the side of Ma. It's definitely going to make it a little bit harder for them to be able to do any sort of abilities, but Astra as well, full health, full mana. That one death gave them a free back. Nice good little hook there. It's going to be enough as Locke's trying to get back in. Good damage goes off, but ooh, Kevin Bacon, return fire.
Even with that cull, this Caitlyn's early game is so oppressive and so dominant. You can really see it there. Getting just one trap on you could spell half your health bar being deleted. And while this is an aggressive lane, I don't think much will occur top. The Scion-Ornn matchup, a slow matchup, scaling, both just wanting to gather as much resources as possible, although a pretty hefty 20 CS lead on Laughing Man there.
Look, Laughing Man's definitely got control over this lane. Scion, like you said, is a bit more. They're both very team fight orientated top laners. They're happy just to be sort of like farming it up, and it's all about who's got that priority or at least that aggression. And Slave, I feel like they've got a different name than that. I can't keep calling them Slave, can I?
No, that's Exodus works. If
Exodus sounds good.
If it's
sounds
so
like
easy,
my
but
ex.
that's Eve Q. That's actually Eve Q. If that's that one's the way it works as well.
Let's go with Exodus, because I'll be able to read that. But no, First Dragon already confirmed, but there's a fight down in the bot side, actually. They're looking for a little bit of a re-engage, trying to get that Void Seeker to flash forward. Why not? He's aggressive. He loves the fight. Nice little heals is going to be enough. The speed is good, but you're tanking under the tower. Throws down a trap. Now Kevin Bacon trying to hold on. The rest of the team up on the top side is trying to get a little bit of damage off, but now Chungi in the Shroud. He's going to walk out 1 for 1 this game so far.
Trading that dragon for one kill, especially this Ocean Drake so early, giving that little bit of a extra regeneration, is probably worth it. And in the eyes of Poltron's Kitten is definitely going to be thinking that's worth it. Although, Kevin Bacon, #Mog, forced to barrier. And with this Nautilus looking, although they have the sort of protection of Poltron, dives are available, certainly.
No, they won't look for that one. That's a... we're trolling again if we're looking for a dive there with half health Nautilus and half mana Nautilus, but look, still, I love seeing why not being aggressive here. Farms equal, but both junglers with a kill apiece means they're incredibly even. It comes down to who's going to get those item spikes first, who's going to start taking over the game. Because like you said, it's the Poltron why not show this series.
Yeah, and they've both got that tunneler as well. The Hextech Alternator finished on Chungi, so any of these trades will be doing a bit. As what is that exactly?
That's a Zir.
Oh, the Emperor.
That's a Zir.
Is it? Oh, yes, I see.
It's just
the bird.
It's a shit drawing.
No, it's beautiful as the hook lands.
Threads the
magnetic hook on Asta.
Trying to hold on. My screen's actually just gone black. No, it's all fixed now. Don't worry about it. And they're still just going to disengage this fight out. But again, Asta, like you said, lands in good hooks.
Yeah, the magnetic, truly magnetic is how I consider Asta's hook. Every single one constantly landing.
What's the cookie next to that one?
I never realized how much detail went into the map.
What is that? Is it a slug?
Is it a
sled?
No, I despise slugs.
What the hell is that? Am I tripping?
No idea, but the grubs, a bit of a grub fight going on here.
Grub's already
having to get that last one there.
Takes one. Look, not too bad. Basically, with 2 grubs, you still get the tick of the objective. So you take the objective point. They got 1 apiece on both sides of the team. Both got 1 kill apiece too. Really going to come down to if they're going to get the first tower or not. And that's really any team's game.
Yeah, in terms of this Caitlyn, which usually looks to push in, take as many plates as possible. Man, there's so much detail on this map. I never really realized. Oh, that's very sweet. Caitlyn looking to get as many plates as possible. it would be the angle for Poltron to potentially look for that bot lane turret, as Ornn can just sit and clear waves. As Sion, it's hard to get push.
Good
Another
hook,
magnetic
straight
hook
down. Kevin Bacon chunked so far. This is the difference, right? Bard, yes, is a bit of a disruptor. Yes, can stop the play. But with a Nautilus, you land a hook, you start the play, and you can run them down.
Absolutely, and I just think every one of these hooks landing spells a closer and closer demise, as they're having to use so much health to sort of survive it, and Locke and Asta just keeping a very nice position in this bot lane.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit of a freeze. It's nothing too crazy, nothing to write home about. Nautilus, just... What is going on?
That's another Nautilus. I believe that's a Nautilus. Yes, it is.
Is it actually Nautilus?
Yes,
Show
yes.
me
I
again.
think it's,
What?
I think
Show
it's
me
the head
again.
of the
How is
Nautilus.
that? That's not Nautilus. That's like, what's Metroid? Metroid?
Metrovania or something.
What's that game where you're the chick? Zero something. Zero suit something.
Another hook
That's
lands.
what it looks like. But now there's a big fight as there's the Tempest Fate going down. Kevin Bacon being held back inside. Has to flashes now. They're looking to re-engage. Here comes Neferi. Poltron wants in. Ace in the hole's going to land. That's just going to be negated a little bit more as Chungi is here. Kill it. Absolute perfection is looking good as Chungi has to be very careful. And is, again, 0 for 0 in these team fights.
Yeah, and I mean, it looked either way there, the Bard are being forced to come out as Asta keeps landing these hooks. But just with that Hextech Alternator and that Fiendish Codex is not enough for the Akali to put out enough damage, even with the R added on top. Nothing going on in this top lane. Oh, call me wrong, the caster curse. Wow, a perfect buffer though.
Oh, nice Brittle. Gets the flash out of Laughing Man. He's not laughing at that, unfortunately.
Evidently not. It was really in terms of micro, it was very well played. The CC buffer from the Ornn, but also using that Scion ultimate to buffer the second recast of the Call of the Forge God. It's a really it's two giants, two titans in this top lane.
In there. I know they're actually sticking around because why not? Brittle's still good. There's no mana on Laughing Man, and Exodus can just sort of run this down. Grass Prop is good, gets the knockup. This could be a solo bolo. Exodus walking out, and they're the one that's laughing now.
It's the classic top lane greed. You just want one more wave, please. But it will spell the demise for Laughing Man there, as Why Not picks up Dragon by himself here.
Oh, well, Poltron's in the area. This could spell disaster. Neither team really knows or is being proactive onto this. They know and they can see Poltron stop it. There's a fight coming up. Focus up there in the pit. It got stolen. Oh my god, it's actually huge. Poltron stealing away the dragon. Securing second one. Shockwave is good, but it's not going to be enough as now Wynot has to use that Cyclone Ace the hole onto the monkey. It's not going to be enough damage. Tempered Fate stops the Nautilus from re-engaging. It is huge as they secure the Fates of Warfare. Now Wynot's trying to hold back on. Asta picks up a kill and a huge play. 4 kills finally going over to Summoner's Savings.
It was an unlucky magical journey from the Bard there, using it to get into the Dragon Pit, but he didn't even take it. It was just Kevin Bacon, #Mog, getting in there, but to his own demise as he came face to face with a Nautilus and a Wukong. Not what you want to see in that Dragon Pit for sure.
Oh, nice. Ashenless just getting a little bit of poke damage off. That was a huge play. Can we get a replay of that dragon fight? Actually, that would be phenomenal to see, because if you just look, the steal is so good. You see why not trying to hold on. The Tempered Fate stops the hook mid-air, but look at this Akali. Chung's in the backline, getting it done, and Kevin Bacon could not do anything about it.
No way to enter. In fact, only the way to enter was that magical journey, spelling his end there, but still picking up that second dragon for Poltron. Team Poltron there.
Look, and that's getting dangerously close to securing the boots, because you do have 2 objectives on the side of Poltron's kitten. They need 1 more to get the feats there, but now they just have to get the tower. It's all about the push, and I feel like if they put that priority into the bot side with a Caitlyn Bard, they can get the priority. They should be able to force that objective there and get a little bit more.
They certainly want to be looking for it. And with that with that extra movement speed from the Cloud Soul, they have a little bit of extra room to move around this map as they sort of take a look at why not red here.
Why not might not be able to get could get got Tempered Fate. Ooh. Monkey C, monkey dodge. Depth charge is good, but now it's Caitlyn all alone as now they're trying to hold back on as Redemption's good. Asta actually goes down here. Kevin Bacon holds on, and it's 1 HP for Lock. A disaster.
Those refillable potions coming in clutch for the Kai'Sa there. The only thing keeping her alive as we saw the Bard roam, and it was time. He's gone. Let's dive this. Caitlyn didn't go exactly as planned, trading 1 for 1 on Asta there.
Honestly, trading 1 for 1 is a huge thing for Kevin Bacon. That is exactly what you want to try and get out of that situation. Sadly, it was Asta who just overcommitted a little bit too much, giving over that kill. That's a fantastic outcome because you can't push. You can't take any tower plates if your support's dead and you're on almost 1 HP. So I think that was a really good turn of events. Kevin Bacon, almost my MVP for this game, but now they're looking for it again. Good hook, because now Hallow's getting caught out. Gets that healing off, but can he get any more damage off? As there's the charge down. Chungy in the back line, trying to get some damage off. Good stun too. Here comes the Forge God calling out the man himself. That's just so much damage. They're trying to give the kill over to Locke, and they do indeed. Exodus is just holding on, and still Rift Herald will be the prize.
The movement of the Akali there, using that R to get away, was so smart. They could not continue that team fight how they wanted to continue it. And even with the Ornn coming in and getting a little bit of disruption, it was a really good pullback from Chungy.
There's a TP coming in as well. Chungy just so safe, using that perfect execution. Still gets hit up. Exeter now as well. That was a really nice Forge God, but they only really got one player. They got Laughing Man only. The rest was just pressure.
Yeah, and
Burst Tower secured bot side.
Oh, yes, at the same time. Picking up that Rift Herald, it will be useful, but take a look at the bounties. Almost every member of Team Summoner Savings sitting on a bounty there, as we can see the gold difference is a little bit substantial.
Oh, look, 2K at 16 minutes is not unheard of, especially when you do have a lead. You have 2-0. Like, they're down a little bit of farm, and it's not too bad. But now, I will tell you, everything is down to this next fight. Both teams are on one objective apiece. Oh, 2 objective apiece, sorry. One has first tower, one has first kills. It is down to the next objective, who gets the feats of warfare and secures the empowered boots. This is going to be a huge dragon fight coming up in just 20 seconds.
And it's interesting because it's sort of the mirrored effect. For Summoner Savings, their top side, Akali, Wukong, and the Ornn all have flash up. But on the other side, look at the amount of flashes on Team Poltron's Kitten. And without the flash on the Kai'Sa, it's going to make it very hard for her to play this desired fight.
I think it almost doesn't matter at this point. You have the Kraken items are online now. They're looking at why not. The Cyclone's been kicked off. They're trying to start this fight up a little bit prematurely just to try and take away the blue. But now look at Astra in the back line. Lands the good hook. That's a good Tempered Fate, keeping them alive. But the rest of the team can follow up way too easily. It's just too much. And now Chungy's on the back line. Look at Locke as well. That is the huge Kraken Slayer getting it done. And they're going to secure this dragon. And they're going to get the feats of warfare. It is easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
It was such a clean team fight, really. That gold advantage so visible there, as it didn't seem like Poltron's Kittens could force farm. Poltron attempting to survive, but falling there. And that Bard just taking out Asta and the Bard himself didn't seem to have the desired effect that Passionless was looking for.
And I think the big question that sort of being raised here is, why were they in their jungle trying to contest the blue in the first place? You needed to just prioritize staying around the dragon and get the team together. You have no top laners. They're your main source of like big engage. Why were they taking such an aggressive fight with not much vision, no full priority over the objective? They were just looking for a fight because they could, and it cost them the objective.
Yeah, it certainly was a very risky play that didn't seem to work out as the Rift Herald.
Oh, take that charge, baby.
Asta's in.
Get there. Take it all the way. Yes! Nice. Mid tower open.
Gonna go for another? No. I love greeting the Rift Herald personally. Always hit for 2 drives there, but that first tower or that mid tower tier 1 going down is going to be very good and open the map up greatly for Summoner Savings.
And if I can just say real quick, hello, what a difference we're seeing in the exact same matchup from last game. We are seeing Chungi on this Akali driving it very differently.
Yes, absolutely.
The big thing I would say is, like, yes, they're getting the same sort of flanks, but they're being more successful at it. They're doing a little bit, they're doing less, but they're getting more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Something that we saw in that last game was while the Akali was, getting these flanks off and putting in the work, the damage output just wasn't the same. And because of this little early extra lead that Chungi has secured for themselves, that damage is almost double. And getting these kills and getting it out has been working for them. Absolutely.
Yeah, fully. And now with items starting to come online properly, Kai'Sa getting that 2-item power spike is pretty massive. That Ginsu's is going to be so impactful in this game. And now Artikan spawning on this bot side. We are entering into the one objective everyone throws over.
Certainly, it would be interesting to see if there was ever going to be a steal, as there was last game. It will be this game. Why not? And Poltron definitely have their sights set and their smite set on this objective.
Oh, I see what you did there. A bit of wordplay.
Hey, a little bit of wordplay. We love that. We absolutely
guy.
love that. So we get a bit of vision secure.
See, now this is smarter play. Like, Poltron's not overextending. They know the Artikan's an objective on the board. They're looking down bot side, but now Asta and Locke are here. They need to be very careful. 4 members just getting the good chunks out. Good to see.
Just that Spear of Shojin, though, with no second item on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Even with the double recast hitting, it's not an insane amount of damage. It's not a crazy amount of damage. I don't mind the Spear of Shojin, and especially for a comp like this, where you need a front line, you need that health. You really do need that health. And adding with the Nefarious Invulnerability, it does provide a bit of slipperiness, but you are sacrificing damage. Her initial sort of main idea of being this backline assassin muddies out when you take her a little bit bruisery, but
can we get a gold check, actually? I'd love to see if they're any close to getting a Black Cleaver, because that's definitely what they're building towards. They're not even close, so I feel like Artikan is probably just gone here, unless Hallow's going to get beautiful Tempered Fate, secures 2 and Artikan as well, but now they're looking to re-engage back in. Kill Instinct goes forward. It's just going to be too much. They've taken it too much. Chungi, absolute disaster. The perfect execution was indeed perfect. Look at Kevin Bacon. Shuriken did not land. And it is just the Artikan that is their prize because they played it spectacularly.
Yeah, you could just see there the clear matchup between the Neferi and the Wukong. Poltron forced to use his invulnerability so early on that first Wukong Cyclone, but he always has a second one. He can just recast the second one, and it does not matter how tanky he was, because look at how quickly the team follows up. The Killer Instinct from the Kai'Sa immediately catching in and putting out so much damage. The follow-up, their whole team is there, and the Orianna, who's taken a bit of a tankier build, that Roa Seraphs that we've seen so much, even hitting such a huge ult, is just not doing enough.
Yeah, look, and they did trade their mid tower for it as well, so both mid-tier 1s are down. Dragon is up in 30 seconds, though. That is definitely where these teams are both pinging. They're trying to get that early. Good vision on the top side as well, or the bot side, sorry. Chungi getting some good push, almost level 16. They have not faltered yet. 302, and Kai'Sa, Locke is 404. 600 gold bounty. If you kill this Kai'Sa, it flips the script.
It certainly does, and they have the tools to do it, but they're gonna need Summoner Savings to misstep here as another hook lands onto Poltron.
Poltron looking for something, but now Passionless has to Magical Journey away, but here's Laughing Man, wrong side of the wall, but don't worry, Magical Journey is still there available. But they've started up the drag, they're looking to just pull it out. Why not? Likes these trades. Why not will win a 50-50 if given the chance in Oceania? Maybe not LCP, but there's the re-engage. The huge Cyclone. Forge God gets Ken sent all the way back. Locke is in the backline, punching out on Kevin Bacon. Footloose is not the movie he wanted to watch tonight, and he said, you know what? I like double kills. I want to win this game. And Poltron is not able to hold on. Last man standing, and they just have to walk away, tail between legs.
What a combo there. The Wukong Kai'Sa instant reactions. That flash cyclone knocking up 3 members of Team Poltron's Kittens. Just so much damage immediately being put out, and that Kraken Slayer Gwinsu's is so visible as it now is about to get upgraded from the Ornn upgrades. Locke just got even a little bit scarier.
Tempered Fate going out, but Locke just quick on the draw, hands like a god. You know what? That's a hand model right there, if ever I've seen it. Get that person a watch, maybe some rings. Let's take some photos. Let's not get weird about it, though.
Some moisturizer, but I will just say, in terms of these Tempered Fates, we saw it attempted in that last team fight, but missing entirely. And the Bard v Nautilus has been a contentious matchup throughout this game. That Nautilus, the dredge line, and that knockup has been so useful and pivotal in securing the lockdown on the important members.
Nationalist is here. The big question I always ask myself whenever I see a Bard in the game, they need to be asking this one simple question, and it's WWKD. Hello, do you know what that stands for?
WWKD.
Yeah.
When will... When will... No, when will Ken
you're close, but not far.
When will... No, that's not right.
No.
When will...
What would Carrier do? Is the simple question you have to ask. What would Carrier do?
I hate to say this. I love Carrier. Beryl is actually my Bard goat. Till I die. I am so sorry, but I'll die on the hill.
Fair enough.
Which Worlds was that? Worlds, I believe that was Worlds 20. It was one of them where Beryl was just performing absolutely brilliantly on that Bard.
Fantastic player. Fantastic
He really
player.
is.
Like, it's not even a question. But no, still, you gotta ask. I like to ask myself, what would Carrier do if I was playing Bard? And you gotta have that mindset, because Bard is, again, not a feast or famine, but it all comes down to that team synergy. If you are not good in your comms, you're not going to be landing the things right. Your Tempered Fate is such a disruptor in a game. If you don't do it, that's heartbreaking.
But speaking of comms, how visible is Summoner Savings comms? You can just see they are working in unison. It's like an Olympic.
Going for another one. Poltron has to jump over the wall. Killer Instinct is an easy pickup. Locke is godlike, and the Baron is called.
Oh my god, it's gonna be a real quick one here. We are 2-15, and there is nothing Poltron's Kittens can do to stop this Baron from being rinsed once again. Just like last game, it's so quick.
Yeah, look, and that's just what's going to happen with a Kai'Sa. Terminus on board too. Like, what can you do? I told you, this is the bot lane duo that should never be given in any sort of pro play. Do not give Kai'Sa Nautilus. It sucks.
I love Chungy, and I love the build path going here. We have a Medjai's with 10 stacks on it, and that will end this game with 25. Mark my words, I'm certain of it.
Are you putting money on that?
Let's put $20. Hey, listen,
I don't have $20.
$20 added to the TOR prize pool if that Medjai's does not lose any stacks, as I'm certain there will be no outplays. Ooh. But it's still not completely over on Team Poltron's Kit, and there are still angles available to them.
Sadly, they are getting nearer and nearer to that 10k gold, just almost death strike, as they've used a redemption just to
heal up Poltron there.
Wait, did they jump up in the air and negate the healing? I think we need to check that. If I can get confirmation from admins, because that feels a little bit troll if you ask me. As the gold lead again, so close, 500 gold difference, tower's gone. It's definitely swung in their favor. 10, 11k gold lead, mere tier 2's down. Everden, excellent. Exiden is caught. I almost had a stroke trying to say that name for a second. Like, whoa, what's going on?
The invisible factor of the Ornn upgrades, you can see level 17, every single one just upgraded. That's so much extra gold on a team that's already so far ahead in gold, who just secured the bot side jungle as well as why not Sundered Sky final upgrade.
That is...
Oh, here it is.
Hold on. I think they didn't get the redemption. I think they said, nah, I don't need it, guys. I don't need it. You save your healing for someone else.
I love the confidence from Poltron. We'll see if that can continue. Another upgrade coming out in the redemption for the Nort.
That's fully upgraded. Whole team ready to go. Rearing, and this is another step above. Like, this makes Kai'Sa even more immortal, because they're starting to build what seems to be a GA by the looks of it. And If GA comes online, it's game over. How do you kill this Kai'Sa? You don't have the pressure, you don't have the gold, you don't have the damage. You just don't have it.
Yeah, and as we look at Kevin Bacon #Mog here, we haven't really seen a lot. We saw that really nice outplay dive, but it's so hard for this Caitlyn to play in these team fights when the enemy team just has so much damage. And with that Wukong Nimbus Strike and getting in with the clone, how can you operate as a Caitlyn seeing this mountain of gold against you?
Please don't be there. Caitlyn's safe. I don't know if Bard's going to be safe. Poltron is caught out. Locke has found their mark. Just trying to clearing out the jungle. Like,
I love it. I love it from Poltron here. These are, by the way, as they've stacked the fire drakes here, so much damage being added, even more damage added being on to Team Summoner Savings here. They've got everything going for them in this game.
With the next dragon, so they would have only just secured that dragon about 40 seconds ago, so we didn't even get to see it. But with 3 Infernal Drags, their damage is massive. And there's the Forge God called out. Asta, good flash from Hallow. Ma is saying, I want to stay away from any of this. But still, that is a flash down. It's a 5-bet. Wait, okay, Tempered Fate's good. Let's see if they go for a fight. Why not in the area? Passionless is caught in the middle of all of it. Now they're trying to go, okay, Locke says, see you later. I'll take it. Beautiful flash there as Exodus actually flashed in the way of the ace in the hole. Locke trying to stay alive a little bit longer. Laughing Man trying to pick up as the flash comes out. Nautilus getting out of the goods, but now they're looking into this tower. Tier 2, so much damage. The Cyclone is able to get it done, and they can do everything. A triple kill heading over to Chungi. Let's see if we can make it a quadra kill, because this is so much damage. Laughing Man, the tank on the side of Poltron's Kittens, is about to go down in a 4v3, 4v1. It's a 5v1. It's just too much. The unofficial quadra kill heading over to Chungi. This is a different Akali that we saw in game 1, and I am here for it, Hallow, because they are looking to clean up this game right here, right now.
I am speechless with that team fight. And Pyke, take a look at the Medjais on that Akali. What did I say?
I don't know.
Is playing on form. Playing on form.
Game's not over.
The damage, it's not over. It absolutely isn't. But it was such a strong team fight as we saw both top laners of the teams being just taken out of the equation. We had the Sion and the Ornn just sort of fighting each other while the rest... What was that? Something
Did
was
someone just use a Zhonya's?
Yes, I did see something
Who?
used there.
What?
I am slightly uncertain. I believe the Bard used something. I'm not sure what, though. Either way, I mean, what a good split team fight. And I mean, just the coordination to know how to go, when to go in, as we are 2-20 with an insane gold lead for the side of Summoner's Savings.
The fact that, oh, hold on, they're looking at the Lock, Ace in the hole, trying to go back in. I shouldn't have taken a bite of my food. TP is now coming out. They want to go back into it. Astra's in the back line. Nice little dodge back up as they're trying to look at this tank. Reset as the Forge God comes out. Tempered Fate, a little bit too slow. Look at Chungi. They're in the line. Kevin Bacon's just gone. It's just obliteration. Triple up. There's going to be a Penta. Hallow. If they get the Quadra, they get the Penta. No, it's stolen. Accident.
Stolen by
stealing my heart and cold-blooded in that. Absolute disaster for Locke. You know they're screaming at their teammate.
A disaster for every single viewer's pick'ems as well, as that would have been the first official Penta of the tournament. Although, speaking of the tournament, this will be the game going out towards Summoner Savings as they take the Nexus very swiftly.
I mean, an easy 32 minutes, 40 seconds is the timer of the game, and it's a little bit too easy for Summoner's Savings. Poltron trained Why Not a little bit too well back in the day, because it was just easy pickings. That was full control from the start of the game right to the end.
That was, it was surgical. It truly was surgical. 2 mistakes, 2 kills given to the high amount, just the sheer gold difference throughout that game. Even with the objectives allowing to give a couple dragons here and there, it was just such a slow choke until the finish, till the end. They did not allow any mistakes.
Let's have a look at the last two
some
fights.
of the fights.
They were looking so good, Hal, as well. Like that, even the Tempered Fate, it started to look so good, and then it just really didn't. And Locke just blew Poltron up. No chance. Laughing Man's like, yeah, keep fighting, guys. We got this. You don't got this. It's gonna go south very fast, because look at Why Not. Look at Chungi. They said, oh, look, there's a tower there. I don't care.
It's genuinely hard for me to consider the fact that Kevin Bacon #Mog had the IE, the Yuntao, and the LDR. It did not feel like it. That Caitlyn just did not feel like she was putting out any damage at all into this comp. That Wukong with the Trinity, with the Death Stance, and the upgraded Sun to the Sky, so tanky. No deaths. No deaths on... Look at this, by the way. The only 2 deaths in the entire team on Asta. What a performance from Team Summoner Savings.
And that was was going to be the most beautiful and swift pentakill I might have ever seen in any sort of tournament in Oceania, but stolen. Honestly.
That's a vendetta you never forget.
Or a little bit too rough in my opinion, but still a fantastic game. Summoner Savings really stepped up that game and sort of showed us what good tempo looks like. They literally said, we got one little thing here, we can snowball this further, and they took everything else from there. No questions asked. I just don't think anyone from Poltrons Kittens had an answer for what they were bringing to the floor.
Yeah, you really saw just the slight misstep in that second drag when Poltrons Kitten walked a little bit too deep into the jungle, and that was just immediately collapsed upon. You could just see it there. Why Not's team looking for any mistakes?
Yes.
We're going to move to game 3, but we're going to take a tiny little break first, but we'll see you later.